Hello, good morning, everyone. Happy weekend. Happy Saturday. I'm supposed to have this live video with my friend. I'm waiting for her to come online so we can start the video, the broadcast for today. Okay, so I see her watching. Hello, Chika. Good to see you on Lahar.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Wow, this video has to happen today, this broadcast.
Happen.
Hi, Obidibo. Huh. I'm so happy to see you on my broadcast this morning. June, you're welcome. Afisa Bambibola, you're welcome. Larry Ken, you're welcome. So we're redefining love today. So Esther, it's good to have you on
Yes.
now.
Nice to be here.
Let's get the yeah.
Okay. All right. So, dear friends, thank you for joining us. We apologize for the hassle. Thank you for being with us. It's a pleasure. So, today we are continuing with redefining love. Okay. So, last broadcast we talked about we defined love as the real core of love is when we put other people, we prefer other people before us, and that was modeled by Jesus Christ. So we learned from his example. We also looked at how our tragedies, our losses can teach us to love, and we gave different examples. For example, losing a friend and all that. So we are continuing to talk about love, this love that people are planning to celebrate this month. Yeah, so we are going to look at different aspects of love. Okay, and the first one that I will start with is loving through disappointment. You say, if I think I'm disappointed, how can I love them? How can I show love? Well, we've been learning from Dr. Sandra Daly, and he has taught us that disappointments are an opportunity. Disappointments or hurts are an opportunity for us to learn love, to extend love, and also to discover how we can be better. An example of this can be,
Yeah.
for example, you've just gotten your dream job. Okay, you've been dreaming about this job, your prayer has been answered, you're so excited, you start the job. On starting the job 1 month later, you find that your boss is, you're not having a good relationship with the boss somehow, and he's making sort of life difficult at the job. This is a job that it was your dream job, you love it so much, and things are starting to turn all over. So what we learned is that is an opportunity for you to learn and ask yourself, is there something that I can do now to better myself? What is God trying to teach me about this job or this situation? How can I love through this disappointment I'm facing right now? Chioma, what can you say about that? An example you have?
Well, I can relate with this example perfectly because my first job was in the bank and it was my dream job. I was a happy banker doing my job passionately, but I came in contact with a certain boss who, for some reason, the work we weren't just getting along, and but it wasn't something visible. I don't know if you've had this experience where you can't really point your fingers at what the issue is, but you just know that somehow this person is not too comfortable with you around. initially, of course, like every normal person, you're going to find yourself feeling bad, wondering why, what the issue is, especially when you feel that you're doing your work with diligence. He is not complaining about the job to you. He's not telling you that there's a problem with your job, but you find out that when there are certain decisions to be made, he's going to take a decision that is different from his disposition, his public disposition towards you. And in my case at that time, it was bad because I found myself on the exit list of the bank, even when I was told I was the best staff in the branch. So it was a big problem for me. But eventually, I was called back to office, and of course, not to the same office. And of course, the natural feeling would be that feeling of animosity. This man that wants me out of the system, he did a lot, but of course, that went on for a while. But when I began to realize that this feeling of animosity is hurting me instead of the next person, I was even putting my life at risk because, of course, I was going to work not at risk, feeling very bad because I knew I was hardworking, doing my best, but I wasn't getting any commendation, or in fact, I would have found myself out of the system by the end of the day. When I decided to adjust in my heart, adjust my attitude towards me, or towards the whole job generally, I started feeling happy with myself, even though I wasn't really getting environments was not so good or comfortable for me. But I started making myself happy, started looking at things to make me happy, started focusing on myself, started being positive about it. And with time, I noticed this whole attitude started changing. So really, disappointment is a way that whatever disappointment or issues or pain that comes to our lives is not only a time to go sober, feeling bad, feeling dejected, putting yourself in a box or a mold. It's also an opportunity for you to learn something to change. Something in you changing. So for me, I noticed that I changed. I became a better person for that. And today I will tell you, if not that I'm having this discussion on as a broadcast, you wouldn't see it in our relationship. It does not reflect. We are still in touch. We're still communicating. Even though I felt, he did something bad to me at some point in my life, but it worked for my good at the end of the day. So really, we need to learn to love even in disappointment, when something disappointing has happened to us.
Yeah. So, another statement that DFA made that time of the teaching was that life is tough for anyone not living in love. It's like swimming against the tide. We are made to love. We are made to love. Is so true, Chioma. It's like the example we were given about a lady who was whose son was killed, was murdered, and then this killer was put to prison. And then before she released him and forgave him, forgiveness is love as well. So before she forgave the kill of her son, she was spending sleepless nights. She was getting sick. It's like the son in prison was still controlling her life. She was still swimming against her. But when she learned to forgive and love this person and even embrace him as her own son, because right now the murderer served his term and he came out of prison, and now they're like mother and son. So, but before she came to that level, she was struggling within her. She was it's like battling, just like this saying was saying, you're swimming against the tide. But when she learned to love him and forgive him, guess what? She's so free. She's no longer a slave. She's no longer ill. She sleeps well, and life is more better than before. So this statement is really true. Yeah.
More peaceful, yes. In fact, I want to say something about this love of a thing. I found out that the more you have animosity in your heart, the more you're killing yourself.
It is true.
You're going to find yourself sick. You're going to have a heart condition. In fact, even for the love of yourself, you need to learn to begin to adjust the state of your mind so that you can live. If that's the only reason, to have the right attitude towards problems, towards disappointments in your life. And I still want to talk more on this disappointment. A lot of times we have situations that come our way that we feel someone has disappointed us, someone has jilted us. For people in relationships, you've had this relationship going for years, and one day the person wakes up and says it's over, and you feel, oh, I'm heartbroken. You go into your room, you don't want to come out, you feel that people are talking about you. Or you may have been married, and things have gone wrong in that relationship, and both of you have separated. All these things have a way of making us feel disappointed in ourselves. But do you know that that experience is supposed to work out the better person in you? Instead of feeling bad and going into yourself, you can turn around that experience for good. You can channel that negative energy positive by even discussing your problems, by using the experience you've learned in that situation to help many more people that are in that same problem. If you think that there are some mistakes, because why I'm saying this is because it is not a culture, it is love trying to help the next person, because you may have done some things wrongly, you may have, because most times when a relationship fails, we're always looking for the person who did wrong. But whenever there is a failure in a relationship, both parties are involved. You have contributed, the other party has equally contributed, but maybe you should be discussing the percentage. Maybe what is your own percentage? Maybe yours was 20 or 30 and his was 60, or vice versa. But whatever be the situation, even if you are 0%, if you didn't even contribute at all, which is usually not the case, you should have learned from that experience and channel that energy positively, empower more people in that to discuss it. If it was, you could go to younger people that have not come up to, to that level to experience the same thing you've experienced. You can be in a counseling school or class for those people. You can begin to engage people on those things that have affected you, or some people may have an issue with their child. I know of a couple that lost their children recently, towards late last year. It's a bad feeling to lose your child, even one child, not to talk about two. They lost, like, half of their family was gone. Imagine having your children, all of them dying in one day. But I was thinking about that incident, and I was asking myself, what if that was my experience? Yes, you're going to feel bad. Yes, you're going to ask questions, all the why questions in the world. You're going to ask even God, why me, and all those things. But by the time you find yourself going through that phase, the next phase for you should be to use that experience to help someone else who may have been in that situation, who might even encounter such a situation in their future, who may not even know how to handle that situation. By the time you come out of that problem, you should talk. And you will find out that when you channel your energy to help. Hello, are we back?
Yeah, we are.
When you channel your to helping the other person, you're channeling that energy positively. It's going to facilitate your healing. It's going to facilitate your healing process. So you're helping yourself, you're helping the next person, and everyone is helped at the end of it all. So we can turn our disappointments to an opportunity to love.
Okay. Yeah. So now when we bring in the aspect of justice, people can wonder, how can love and justice work together? For example, an armed robber comes into your home, how do you
Okay.
destroying your home and at the same time love him? That was a question that I used to really battle with until we listened to DSA
Yeah.
recently. You know, he said that real victory is actually loving people, especially from the heart. Loving people from the heart. I'll read from here. So real victory is in life is the ability to maintain stability, peace, and love within, no matter what is going on around us, good or bad. So real victory is trying to keep that love, that stability, that peace within. So when he was explaining this issue, for example, of someone attacking you and you are self-defending yourself, it's like, yes, you stop the murderer from killing your family, you stop the thief from stealing by taking him to prison, but in your heart, you have a loving attitude towards the person. I don't know why you are getting, are you getting me? How does love and justice work together? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
For that person who has come to rob you, the
Mhm.
law is clear. Let's not, mix things up. You have to take, I mean, if of course, if the person has harmed anyone in your family, you need to make a police report. You need to
Yes.
make a police report. If the person would need to be found, they need to be
Mhm.
found. Stealing
Mhm.
is wrong, and the law is clear on what should happen to someone who has stolen. So due
Yeah.
process has to be, realized in this case. But even
Mhm.
while that person is being, the law is taking care of that issue. When we talk about love, it has to do with a heart condition, really. In your heart,
Mm.
you're even helping the person, because the person could have been brought up in an environment where nobody taught them that taking someone's thing is wrong.
Is wrong.
So that person
Mm.
has to be in an environment for correction of that attitude. So it's an act of
Yes.
love to bring justice on that
Yes.
situation at that time also, so that that person can be
Yeah.
helped and be a better person in
Yes.
the society.
Yeah. So actually, there is no
Yeah,
love
that's
without justice. Yeah. Yeah.
yes.
So love and justice go hand in hand. Yeah. Okay, Chioma. So any other aspect of love we can talk about today?
Yes. I want to talk about love is not self-serving. This is something I want to speak on, because the kind of environment we have, everybody is very interested about themselves. People are
Mm.
so self-conscious, and it also reflects in our prayers. If you go to any religious organization, you will find out that 90% of what people are concerned about is the me prayer. My job,
Yes.
my promotion, my wife, my baby, my business,
Everything.
is mostly
Mhm.
around me, you
Yes.
know. And if we are sincere to ourselves, we would even see a connection between our giving and ourselves. We are giving so much because we are thinking of ourselves and what's going to come to us. How that giving is going to translate to our promotion, is going to translate to better life for us, and all those promises that we are told, that those things. So we are so everything we do is mostly egocentric. We are egocentric in our attitude. But rather,
Mm.
in redefining love, we're trying to tell people that, hey, for once, we need to stop, we need to
Mm.
pause, reflect deeply, and begin to look around us and see how we can use our resources. Let
Yes.
us even play down a bit on ourselves. Like this year, I told my husband that, see, this year, I and the children, we are not going to buy any material thing in this house. New
Wow.
shoes, new clothes, new bag, new anything. We are not going to buy that. You know, a woman wants to always add something to her wardrobe. But this year, I have told myself, in fact, as I'm passing through shops, I'm closing my eyes. I don't want any new thing in my life this year. I'm going to continue to recycle the things I have. Because when you look into your life, you will find out that you have so much. You already have
Mm.
abundance. So why are you acquiring more? I want to cut
Mm.
myself off from this lifestyle of materialism. If I can
Yeah.
even save out of that and channel those resources more to
Mm.
some other projects. There are
Yeah.
people that, projects, people and areas that need, our service,
Mm.
but rather we want to acquire more. If you have one car, you want to buy two, you want to buy three, you want to buy Jeep. When I was even asking myself, talking about this Jeep of a Jeep, because everybody in Nigeria wants to drive a big car. You want to have that car that when you pass, drive
Mm.
past, people are going to say, he's doing well. He's
Mm-hmm.
working, he's making a
Yeah.
lot of money.
Yeah.
Everything is about ourselves. We want that self-glory. You
Mm.
want to, present yourself as doing well, as prospering. But do you know that true prosperity is the one that is impacting on the next person, that is impacting in your environment, that is doing something, that is being a channel of blessing to other people. So in
Mm.
redefining love, let us refocus, from a day of love, being the Wednesday that we're looking forward to. Everybody's looking forward to the Valentine's Day. They're going to buy one special red dress for their spouses, do something special for the next person, for their partner. We need
Mm.
to begin to have a different mindset about love. That love should be
Yeah.
more of a lifestyle than of one
Yeah.
day in the whole 365 days of our
The
year.
whole. Mm.
Be a lifestyle.
Yeah. That's true. Mm. So, but how can we draw a balance? For example, in Africa, you have
Yeah.
extended family, people who come and expect you to be their destiny helper. They come and they don't
Huh.
stop. Ask and they don't stop.
This
So how far can love go in that one?
Yes, for the African, this destiny helper message
Mm-hmm.
is impacting negatively on people. I think it's producing more of people who don't want to work, who think that their help is must come from above
Mm-hmm.
through one person. In fact, it has even degenerated to the point. Someone told me a story of a certain incident where someone had prepared some food items for his baby. Someone was supposed to go and collect these food items. The man was to travel, and they kept the food items in the custody of another woman. The man had left an instruction for someone to come and pick these items up. And by the time the lady went there to pick the items up, the woman had eaten the thing. She had opened the milk, opened the Cerelac, and was making trouble. She said, yes, my brother, now the relationship, between the woman and the man who left the items, they are in-laws. He said, yeah, and he thinks that he can only be feeding his children. What of my own children? Can you
Well,
imagine that? So she took it forcefully. She took it by
as if
herself
has.
and
Mm-hmm.
started eating those things, started making trouble. And I learned that she was even ready to fight. She was even ready to fight. So now in loving, we need to really get this straight, that this giving or being able, positioning ourselves to be able to help the next person is everybody's responsibility. Let no one person think that it is the other person who is supposed to be handing down to them. Even if
Yeah.
you have a challenge, because of course everybody is not equal. Some people are more
Yeah.
challenged than others, and the truth is that
Mm.
the real challenge we
Mm.
have in this world today is a knowledge gap, is the challenge
Yes.
of ignorance. And that's what God said in his scriptures in the Bible,
Mm.
that my people
Mm.
are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
So the issue we are dealing with is that some people have this knowledge, more than other people. So now you who have the knowledge resource, because when we talk about love, we always think about money and material. You who have the knowledge resource, abundance of knowledge, you're going to have to transfer your knowledge and information to those who do not have, so that they will come up to, rise up from the ground state, from ground zero state, to be able to do the things that they were not able to do before. Now in Africa, where this helper, destiny helper mindset is being propagated, I think that the real thing that should be given to people is the right information that should empower them to move from one level to the next. And the truth about life, rather, we should, instead of talking to people about someone being their destiny helper, we should rather promote the message of hard work, of diligence, of integrity for those that are doing business. I don't know your experience with business, with people. A lot of Christians, integrity is a problem. Integrity is a problem. I don't even want to go into that area. In fact, it's come to a point where I even think that we need to import integrity. Nigerians, we are importing everything here. 90%, 99% of what we have, we are importing. I think that integrity is another thing that we may need to import into Africa, because it's a problem. So it is love when you're helping that person who is asking and asking, but you're equally teaching the person to learn how to produce. If you're giving someone money who has this attitude of always asking, tell the person to start a business. Let the person use that money to start a business. We should not be giving people the money that they will eat and come back and ask again. That is not love. And we are not loving them.
Sorry about that. But I was just wondering, they should also offer their services. They have skills, they have hands. It's not about giving money, but giving service, giving your labor to something that is also love. So it's a two-way thing. We all have to give each other.
Yes, they should learn to give their services, because most times people are just waiting on that help, to come to them. Meanwhile, they are able-bodied, their bodies are complete, and they can do something. They can work. They can offer their service in exchange for these material things that they are expecting. So we need to look at another aspect of love, where love can even become too much. When we can start choking people with love. I don't know if you have experienced that. When love becomes excessive. Or what we think is love, because that one is not love. When we begin to idolize people. Recently, I learned that when we make an object or a person an idol, we stand the risk of losing that thing. I heard that. I sat myself down. I started looking at my own life, and I saw that this is true. When we idolize any object, be it money or person, be it a child, be it your parents, your husband, your partner, your boyfriend, watch out. You're going to lose that thing in a short while. And do you know why we lose these things? Because we are drawing life. We are making ourselves happy. We are taking, in life, there is only one source of life, and that is God. But when we remove our focus of life, change our focus to an object or a thing or a person, it means that we are now drawing life from that thing. When we see that our baby, oh my baby, without you I'm nothing. You're the only thing I'm living for. Oh my husband, you're the best thing I've done in my life. Without you,
this topic was so dear to me, because my life came alive. I could see myself. I could see why I lost some friends. I could see why I lost
Yes.
some. There are some jobs that I've lost as a result of depending on them for provision. This is my job. And I could now see why I lost the job. I could see why
Yes.
even my dad recently, who passed away, in some areas, aspects, I could see some idolatry there. You depend on someone for provision. You depend on someone. I have my dad somewhere. I can always ask him. So that teaching really showed me that in life we should always be careful. First of all, protect those we love, and also protect ourselves from being an idol in
Yes.
anyone's life. Yes. So it was very dear. And the way
Yes.
the pastor explained it, that when you elevate someone above, that means you're looking up to them for help, you're looking up to them for survival and everything. They become your priority above
Yes.
above you, and which position is supposed to be of God. So if you've elevated
Hmm.
someone in the position of God, that means God has to come down then. The God who has been
Yes.
protecting you and providing for you has been displaced, and now this person is the one is the one being exposed to all the elements, all the
Yes.
attacks and all that. So that really brought to life the reason why we see losses in our lives. It's because we are putting those
Hmm.
those things and people as priority, and therefore we're exposing them. We actually are killing them. So that is so true.
Yes.
Mm.
It's so true because I didn't know that truly we are the ones killing each other in this world to one
Yeah,
extent by
yeah.
making things or persons idolizing
Mm.
personalities.
Yeah.
So it's really really got me thinking. And when I sat down to reflect on that, I saw it because
Mm.
there are many things that I had to idolize. Of course, as a mother, sometimes you want to idolize your children. Oh, my children, this thing cannot happen to them. You're running around, you're living for them. We need to be
Mm.
careful with those words. In fact, it's really about the positioning of our hearts. We
Yeah.
need to be careful what we have esteemed high, what we have prioritized, or what we have, how we position things in our
Mm.
heart, because you stand the risk of losing those things because
Mm.
you're drawing life from them,
Yeah.
from those objects or things.
Mm.
If you look at, for business people, you need to sit down and let's not be craving so much for money. Money is our servant, not something we run after. Because
Yeah.
for those who have made money an idol, you will
Mm.
find out that they will gather this money, gather this money, gather this money, and one day, one thing will happen, and the money is gone. And they will say it's a witch from their village. It's not anybody from your village. It's that thing you have idolized.
Yes.
It could even
Yeah.
be your partner.
Well, mm.
You need to be careful with these things. Really, that got me thinking, and I had to adjust my heart,
Mm.
in that area also. Because as we're equally talking to ourselves about this
Mm.
thing. So this love month, really, this next week, everyone is preparing. Some people I can see all the shops, they brought out their red dresses, and ladies are warming up to go pick up
Yeah.
this thing. It's not about the red days. It's not about that. Love should be our lifestyle. It should be a daily thing.
Mm.
For Africans
Mm.
particularly, honestly, we need to refocus our mind on our environment. For me,
Mm.
love is understanding our assignment. There is no
Mm.
greater love than that. Understanding the
Yeah.
reason we came to this, which is your
Yeah.
primary work, which is your primary
Mm.
assignment. If everybody
Mm.
can focus on their field, on that portion
Mm.
of field that God has given to them, that work that we're supposed to do. For people, it's being, in the health area. For those in the education, with the music, we're supposed to bring God's kingdom, God's dominion and influence into our world to make it better. Let's stop waiting for the government. We are going to be disappointed because God has never
Yeah.
designed any government to help us. So it is we
Yeah.
as individuals that need to find our field, go and plant ourselves there, and start executing those projects. And by the time we do, we will see that everywhere we feel with love. The atmosphere will be filled with love. Do you know that each time I travel out, I experience so much love from even the people that we have called unbelievers? And I start asking
Yeah.
myself, in my own country, there is so much animosity, there is so much hatred, people are angry, you know. Meanwhile, on the other side, when you travel to Europe and, civilize the Western world, people are so friendly, they are so warm, they are so polite. And these are the ones who say they don't know God. They are not serving God. They don't believe in God. It has changed my understanding of God. To these days, I don't judge anyone based on their religion anymore. Because
No.
for me, love is the answer. Love is the
Yes.
answer.
It
We
is.
need to redefine love
Yeah.
in our place and
Yeah.
start making it our life, our daily lifestyle, instead of looking for one day in the year to call the day of love, which is 14th February of every year. That is not the love. That one is it's not the love. It's not the real love.
Yeah. So, in ending now, are we ending, Chioma, or you wanted to say something else?
We're concluding. Yeah,
Okay,
we've
we are
said it. A lot has been said already.
okay. Yeah. So I forgot to mention this point about idolizing as well, especially in Africa.
Hmm.
We have idolized money, whereby people go to the extent of sacrificing to get money, doing all sorts of rituals. We have idolized marriage. If someone is not married,
Yes.
they have not arrived. So no wonder there is poverty. No wonder marriages are failing. Why? Because they have taken the place of God in our lives. So let's watch out for those things in our lives that we are trying to elevate above God. Let us watch ourselves.
Yeah.
We need to, if other people are looking at us as their answer, we have to protect ourselves. We have to bring this knowledge to them to show them that, you know what? No, there's a greater level of love. I'm not your source. Your own source. So, it depends. Yeah, yeah. So you have to look up to him. Okay. You too, you can do something. So there's that gap that we have to fill by sharing the knowledge that we have. So all of us who are enlightened in these aspects, we need to create groups so that we can share this knowledge, and then our people's mindset will be changed. So I think that's how we can grow in love as a continent, understanding love. And through love, we shall know God better, we shall understand the ways of God better, and our continent shall be a better place. Okay. So as we talk about this series, of course, we shall continue this series next week as well. But there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to learn about love, different aspects of love. So thank you, Chioma. What do you have to say as your conclusion?
Yeah, in conclusion, for me, is for us to make love a lifestyle,
Yeah,
not a one-day affair.
yeah,
Doing focusing less on self,
yes,
focusing less on our own needs, on the
yeah,
things that make us feel good,
mm,
idolizing less,
mm,
and focusing more, being more outwardly focused than on our person.
yes.
Let's learn to reduce ourselves, our needs, so
Mm,
that we can look more around us and see what we can do in our environment to make it better. And
mm,
if everyone will begin to think that way, this
mm,
world is going to be better for us. And you will find out that the world will be such a lovely place for
mm,
everyone to live in.
yeah, yeah. All right. So thank you everyone for joining us. That's it for this weekend. So we look forward to being with you again next Saturday as we continue to explore this topic of love. Okay, so have a blessed weekend. Thank you so much, Chioma, for
Yeah.
your wisdom and so thank
Thank
you, our
you.
friends.
And come on.
Yeah.
Let me say hello to
Bye.
some friends who joined us. Benita,
Okay.
thanks for joining.
Benita,
Irene, Paul, Uchebu,
Irene.
Chidi, thank you for joining us. Yinka,
Yeah.
thank everyone. Bye.